secret is I just smile and say, live for today. I'm sitting on top of the world, the sun came up and I gotta say, see it in a whole new way. I'm sitting on top of the world, on top of the world, on top of the world. I'm sitting on top of the world.
Today, we have Miss Tandra Price of Conversations Over Coffee. And I'm incredibly excited to talk to her because not only is it a women's own business, but she services women, which, you know, we like to be taken care of. So what she provides is especially for them. And we all know that to be a real leader in your industry, you also have to be a lifetime learner. And she has learned so much and is able to teach and infuse so much in the women that she touches through business and networking. And I'm so proud to have her here. So without further ado, Ms. Tandra Price, introduce yourself to the people and let them know a little bit more about you.
Well, thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. I really appreciate this opportunity. Just a little bit about me. I have actually been in the network marketing industry for over 20 plus years or so, really putting together platforms for women to help them pivot and grow in their business, anywhere from doing women empowerment conference to multiple lady networking groups that I do all over in different regions. And it's just been a blessing because I've been able to see the growth in the motivation and inspired in the women that, you know, have came along the journey with me and that we've grew together and in their business.
Now, you did say different regions. Why has there been so many different regions in what you've been doing?
My husband works for one of the largest aircraft industry companies, and along that path, I have had to do a lot of traveling. People would think I would be a military wife, but I'm not. But we did a lot of traveling, and through the courses of that, I mean, it's like you leave your home base every time you go somewhere. You plant your seeds, you get friends and coworkers there, but then you have to up and root and leave. And it's like you have to start all over. So what I kind of learned through that whole process is that I was trying to get my voice developed each location that I went to. And through that, I was like, listen, I'm going to start my own groups to where that, you know, not only am I going to be helping myself and bringing, you know, value and motivation and inspiring, empowering women through myself, but I'm gonna do it through other ladies as well in other communities. So when I was able to go to the chamber or to some of the city hall meetings and stuff, hey, they knew who this lady was. It wasn't just somebody who just came in and they didn't know anything about. So that's kind of how everything got started, because I was moving to different locations and I needed to have my own base built when I got there. And I had to do the prep work prior to getting there and knowing which direction we were going.
It's so interesting that you were able to do that, though, because people have a fear of change, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And you've had to do that over and over and reinvent yourself over and over and reintroduce yourself over and over. One of the things I've found ironic is when people feel like everyone should know who they are, or if they have a proven track record in this industry or in this field or in the Bay Area, then it should be the same in Texas. And they don't understand that you have to continuously prove yourself. How have you been able to be successful in that?
So how I've been able to be successful in that, just kind of step back just a little bit. As each time we've moved to different locations, whether it's California, Texas, or Kansas, Oklahoma, what I've always did is I've always tried to find some groups that were already in existence and kind of get a little background. So I had to do my due diligence just a little bit. So when I found out that I really needed to start building my own base as I went, I wanted to see what bases were out there and available, or what was already working, what already people were looking at doing. And then what I did from there is try to make, you know, we always do the know, like, and trust factor, but start building relationships before I even got to the next location. Give an example. I would, you know, look at some of the ladies groups that was already taking place. As a matter of fact, I would even look at some of the hair salons that was taking place, some of the clothing industry, some of the gyms. I mean, I would go through an in-depth process to see what groups were doing what, and who in those groups that kind of matched was kind of similar to to who I was or what I was trying to do. And I think that's huge, because when you go into a different market and you're trying to build a community there, I mean, you're trying to find people who are kind of like-minded, just like you. So within that process, I had to kind of take a step back and I always made myself a little cheat sheet of all the things that I was looking for every time we moved to a different community that would help me better be able to position myself to when I was ready to start my own group or to promote my group. I knew exactly which target market, the target people that I was going after when I got there or before I got there. And it made the transition a lot easier for me, because one of the things that makes it hard is when you don't know anybody. Yeah, I didn't know anybody, but prior to me going there, I had some idea and I already had conversations forming by the time I got there, which made it easier. So when they actually saw me face to face, it was like, oh, okay, this is Tandra. Oh, thank you for reaching out or contacting me. Look, I can keep going on. You can stop me at any time.
No, the cool thing is you're talking about research. And sometimes when people are looking to build their business, they don't always think there's a level of research. It's just, I'll do this and I'll do that. There has to be some level of strategy to what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
A level of strategy, and not just for yourself. We were talking about what are you going to do? What are you going to do later? You were talking about going out and working your business continuously, meaning I'm always headhunting. I'm always recruiting new women. I'm always working on growing the business. That is a part of a strategy. Give me a little bit more about your strategy, and how did you decide that your strategy was best for the kind of business that you're trying to grow?
So what my strategy became is I do this thing called 10 things before 10. That was my first strategy.
Wait, say that again?
10 things before 10. And I would do these 10 things. So like I always say, like, when we were in the corporate world, people would say, how do you manage your day? How do you what's the plan for your day? How do you strategize your day? And people were like, oh, I would do the things that I didn't get done. I put them on my list for, the next day. So I would have a plan, because I tell ladies, you have to have a plan. So I came up with this thing that called 10 things before 10. It's not the 10 things that I didn't get done yesterday, because I feel like a goal and a task is two different things. A task got to be done today, and a goal, is your future thing. But so
a goal and a task are two different things, y'all.
Yes, they are, because a task is something that has to get done. No shape or form matter. It has to get done today. A goal is what we're shooting for. So I would put together my strategy is 10 things before 10. I would have all my things would be income producing activities. So when I started moving into these different locations, I said, okay, before I start my income producing activities, I have 10 things, 10 companies, 10 organizations that I am going to reach out, and I am going to connect with at least 10 people out of each one of those groups. So that's huge, because what happens is when you're talking about doing the research is that you can do research and, we always have the gatekeeper, right? You can't get past the next person. But inside the group, there's other people in the group that you could be talking to. You can contact them on LinkedIn, social media. I mean, there's different Pinterest. I mean, you wouldn't believe how many people's on Pinterest. But you can be able to contact these people in some form, different fashion. So I would make sure that I have the 10 organizations, 10 people that I was talking to. Then I moved over to, once I got that done, and then I was able to start forming my communities, I started doing 10 things before 10. That was income producing activities. So a lot of people may think that, I meditate, I run, I yoga, or all that. To me, if that's not paying your bills in the morning, then that's not 10 things before 10 you should have on that list. I mean, I'm just saying that, yes, we need that for our mind and to get our body centered and focused. But when I'm talking about 10 things, I'm talking about 10 things that are going to produce income. And that was kind of my strategy. And I've been moving through that. Now, it's different for everybody, because depending on what your business is, depending on what do you need to do in order to make money that day. A lot of people thinking, well, I do a lot of follow-up. Honey, follow-up is not an income producing activity. Not unless you're going to do the sell at the end of the day. Follow-up should be after 10. But if you were doing it correctly, your 10 things before 10, then you would always have your pipeline full. So
yes, drop that knowledge on them. So look, what I love, again, is that you continuously are changing and evolving, right?
Yeah.
You move to these areas where I'm sure some of them have people that don't look like you. So how do you work through that? new level of discomfort. So not only do you not know people, you're in an area now where people don't necessarily look like you. And right now, it's a good time for you to sprinkle in with a little bit of how you navigate through that piece also.
Well, you know what? I feel like kind of what my nickname is. They call me Networking Ninja. And a lady came over. I was like, I said, okay, Networking Ninja. Because I feel like I never meet a stranger. And I feel like that one of the things for me and for people that I don't know is finding ways to start conversation with those people that I don't know or don't look like me. And the easiest way to start a conversation, I tell ladies all the time, that's how you broaden your network base, is just starting a simple conversation. How you doing? Hey, you got on some beautiful traveling shoes, depending on where I am. I feel like I don't really kind of meet a stranger, and I always try to find something in common. Even if I'm standing in the grocery store line, at a different location in a different city, there's something in common that you have with everybody who you come across. And I just started, I simply started a conversation. That's really how I get intermingle with people that don't look like me, not my same color, not in the same industry as me and same business as me. It's just simply starting a conversation.
I love that. No fear, first of all. You are fearless. I love it. You're my kind of girl. Let's talk about your leadership style, which is hugely important here because you are leading a group of women of all different kinds of character and energy and, locations. Talk to me about your preferred leadership style. It was transformational. That's one of my favorites because you're more like leading a movement. How did that develop? Is that something you've always wanted? Talk to me about that.
So it's kind of interesting. Like I said, I've been in the network marketing industry for over 20 plus years. And really, I'm just going to kind of step back with the story from how this group grew so vastly in Oklahoma City. Was me and a good business partner of mine, we would sit down every day. And we would sit down and kind of talk about, our day, kind of how things are going. One of the things you had to have was your book of business with you when you came. And we were sitting in a particular coffee shop and we were just going over having the same thing. Now, here's the key thing is that there was a couple of ladies right behind us doing the same thing. Moving fast forward, the lady came back into the coffee shop. Me and my business partner had to be there. The lady came back into the coffee shop. She says, "Oh my God, you will not believe what you said." Came at me aggressively, didn't look like me, came at me aggressively. And I was like, oh my God. I said, oh my God, like I said a lot of things, so don't hold me to what I said. She says, no, whatever I said amongst me and my business partner, she eared in, it landed her a $5,000 deal. I said, lady, pull your chair up and coming over to the conversation. And that's really kind of how this particular group got started here. But the leadership style was sitting down, having that one-on-one coaching, making my business duplicatable. So like now even within the ladies group, it's duplicatable. I can let someone else, like for instance, in the Atlanta, be able to pick up the same concept with the same steps that I did to make it duplicated. So she can now be able to duplicate it to someone else for her. It was really about lead generation. How do you duplicate lead generation? And that's really where everything formed from. So the leader style shift is, sitting down, having those one-on-one conversations, sitting down, let's talk 100% aggressively with each other. How do we move forward? So my leadership style is just that move forward style. How can I help you duplicate your business? And these are the ways that we can help duplicate each other. I
love that. Absolutely. Sounds like a little franchise you might have going on there, ma'am.
Yeah, it's a franchise. Well, I don't know about being a franchise, but you know what? I want the message to stay the same, because the message is to help ladies pivot in their business. It's to help bring resources and connections. One of the things that we miss so much is the collaboration without any competition. We are so focused on, hey, you know what? You're my competitor, but I'm not your competitor. I am just another person that can give you resources and connections to help you grow your business. I truly believe once one person wins, we all win. Amen. I don't think that you have to, we have to be separated or divided, because what is for you, and I say this wholeheartedly, what is for you is for you. Nobody can take whatever business is going to come your way, but you have to actually put something, what they call action in the place in order to do it. It's not going to knock on the door and come to you. You actually have to go out and go get it.
Say it again for the people in the back.
I mean, you actually have to go out and go get it.
Go get it. Go get it. Make sure you got that 10 before 10. Now listen, what do you have coming up, and who can get involved in what you have going on? Because, you know, it sounds very successful, and we like women that work together to make cool things happen. So tell the people how they can get involved in what you have coming up next.
So what I have coming up next is I do a weekly networking event called Conversations Over Coffee. Please go to the Facebook page, join it. It's free to join. You can promote your information on there. But we do a weekly networking event. We do it every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time. And we have amazing guests that come on from different areas, from different groups, from different business perspectives. We have that coming up. But also we have our new WIN membership program, and it's called Women in Networking, Gaining More Wins. So we're gaining more wins into that networking group. But the core group of that is actually to help you start from the fundamentals of your business. And ladies, let me tell you, a lot of times we think we know who our ideal customers is. We think we know the right social media and all that stuff to get involved in. We really don't. Let's spend our money wisely. Let's have some profitable, should I say, money going into our business instead of unprofitable money. Because a lot of things that we're getting involved into that are really not being profitable for our business. But anyway, so that group takes you from the beginning to the end. So we're going to dive deep. And when I say deep, we're going to dive deep in to really making our business grow and what we actually need for our business to grow.
I love
and you
that.
can join that group. It's free for any ladies to join. You don't have to be a part of the Conversations Over Coffee. It's a good group to be a part of. It's over 1,000-something ladies. We're actually doing, like I said, in Atlanta and California. So we have a couple of different groups that you can join in if you're looking to be connected with some like-minded women.
And we have already had the conversation. We are going to be doing My Morning Coffee with her Conversations Over Coffee, and it'll be an action-packed, informative, and amazing panel. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. Lastly, let's make sure that we keep all that good information that you have and leave it on down below in the comments. So anybody that wants to get involved and get started, they can do that. Last words, where can people follow you, stay in touch, give me your social medias, your contacts, put it out there for the people.
So you can follow me on IG, Conversations Over Coffee. You can follow his Facebook page, Conversation Over Coffee. And you can follow me, Tandra Price, on Facebook. I just kind of like to leave some just kind of parting words with the ladies. This is such an incredible time for us to be growing our business. We have our customers right in the palm of our hands. And I'm telling you right now, with as many people that are on social media every day, there is no reason why we should not be talking to somebody every day. We should be showing our products and services to people every day. There's every 60 seconds, there's 510 people posted on social media. You have to get actions. You have to put some action into making your business work. It's not going to come to you. We have to go out and get it.
And now you guys see why I needed Miss Tandra on here to let y'all know what you need to know. So with that being said, I want to thank you for taking the time. You guys make sure you connect, stay connected, ask the questions. You'll definitely get follow-up. We want more wins for women in business. Thank you for being on another episode of Leaders and Learners. So excited. And be on the lookout for the rest of the cool stuff that me and Tandra have coming up.
Yes.